everybody, and welcome to another edition of our roller prompt game that we're playing. I hope, when I say we, I hope somebody else apart from me is actually playing. I see that Kerry is, because she's putting her finished items, pictures of her finished items up on the Facebook group, so I can see what she's up to. And I'd really like more of you to get involved, because what I'm going to do with mine, and I kind of encourage you to do it with yours, but you don't have to, is just to create racks and send them out to people. Because really, you know, who needs 6 vellum envelopes or whatever it may be? You know, with the vellum envelopes, I'll split them into 2 groups of 3 and I'll send a rack out with 3 in each. And I know it's not much, but it might just put a smile on somebody's face. So anyway, that's enough of that. Today we have... these are the prompts. They have to be notebooks. Again, I've already had that. Purple, new colour, great. Craft, organised with that. Stamp, yep. Sewing, and they have to be in a botanical style. Well, I've kind of stretched it somewhat today, but I have stayed within it, and I have to make 5. Right. Now, this craft card came from America. Nancy sent it to me. So it's American sized. It's 8.5 by 11, which is slightly different from our A4 size, but don't let that put you off. All I've done with this is cut it down the middle, and that's all you'd have to do with A4 card as well. So once you cut it down the middle, this is what you get, obviously. Let me just put that somewhere safe. So yeah, you've got a piece that's 11 inches by 4.25 in this instance. And then what I did was I got my dies out. These dies, actually, they're by Tattered Lace, and they're half decorative rectangles. And I've never used them before until yesterday, but I decided that I was going to make a sort of matchbook notebook, that's sort of on that style. And I was going to make the flap a bit fancy. Kyung, if you're watching, fancy. I made myself cough now. It's because when I watch Kyung's videos, that's Kyung Shotwell. Go over and give her a watch. She's hilarious. When she's doing things, she refers to them as fancy, and it does make me laugh. So I chose one. Which one did I choose? Possibly this one, I think. To put on, no, not that way. Like that. And you just end up, once you've cut the die, with a little bit to cut on either side. But that's going to be the shape of our flap. But then I wanted something right in the middle to make, you'll see what it is as we go along, but if you were to put a ruler from there to there where the die is, then we want to pop this funny little one just in about there, in the centre, obviously. Not level with that line, needs to come in a little bit. And you'll see what it's all about as we go on. So that's how you want your dies. Okay. I'll just put those back, because otherwise I know they'll get lost if I take them off. So let's stick them back onto there. Right, that's grand. Excuse me. So once you've die cut it, this is what you get. That's the little bit, this is the big bit, and I've just snipped off the little excess there. So then you get your this scoreboard even, out, and you need to score it down those lines that you've just cut off at the side of the die. So straighten it up like so. I'm going to have to pull it just along a little bit to get that line in, and then score down there. So you'll end up that we can fold that flap. Okay, so it will fold like that. Now you can see what I'm doing, can't you? There we are. And then I want to put this back in the other way, the other end to the side, to the flap bit, and score at 4.5. I'm just going to move it slightly, I mean nothing, not even a 16th, away from that edge and score at 4.5, and I find that fits better. So score down at 4.5. I shouldn't have taken the mickey out of Keel. I've got a frog in my throat now. Right, so let's see what we've got. Let's fold that over. And this now will fit into there. So it will fit in that way, like that. Pretty cool, huh? Or it could also, if you wanted it to, fit in that way, like that. So it just depends how you want to do it, really. Anyway, either way up, we need to decorate it. So I was given purple stamp sewing Botanical, so I kind of need to pull that all in together somehow. Let's just get rid of that bit of craft. So what I've done is, ages ago, I ordered a full ream of what I thought was this colour in 160 GSM, which is double the thickness of normal photocopier paper and really useful weight. However, when it arrived, it was actually 80 GSM, which is not a weight I use very often at all. So I'm using it for this notebook. Just see which way I want it to go. I want it to be like that. Yeah, okay. So this is the front and that's the back. So I've cut two pieces of this very thin paper. Just see if I've cut them right. Yeah, that will go in there and still shows the craft, which was one of our items, and that's going to go there. So I've got a front and a back. So I need to, well, pretty them up in some way. So I'll get my inking board out. That's my usual go-to. And we'll make a start. So the first thing I'm going to do is use the distress ink and my blending brush and just go around the edge, as ever. It seems to be something I do quite often actually, but quite like the effect. So it's ordinary distress ink and it's in the colour Dusty Concord. And the archival ink I've got to go with it is actually also called Dusty Concord, so they should marry together quite well. Should definitely be the same colour family. So it's just a matter of going around the edges, just to give us a sort of vignette really. Like that, that's probably sufficient. And then the back. You don't, if you're doing this and you're doing one similar, you don't really need to do the back. I'm doing the back because I'm a bit of a glutton for punishment, but I don't think you really need to decorate the back as well. I mean, if you're putting it into a journal, into a pocket of a journal or something like that, yeah, I would say decorate the back, because people pick things out and look at them, and it would be a bit of a disappointment, wouldn't it, if you turned it over and it was just plain. You'd think, oh, they ran out of enthusiasm. So for the time it takes, I think it's worth doing the front and the back. That's what I'm saying, not what you have to do. Right, so that's us about done with that, I would say. Just take my Timmy towel, give that a wipe over. Okay, so we've got a back and a front. Right, so the next thing that I'm going to do is stamp it. Now I've got some, I know that sewing is on here, but it doesn't say you can't do faux stitching. So I'm going to do faux stitching with this. It's a Stampers Hello, Stampers Anonymous, and it's a stitches one that they do, and it's like all really messy stitches, and I love it. It's a lovely stamp. So that's what I'm going to use around the borders of my decorative pieces. I'll start with this one. I've no idea why. I've got no design in my head really, except I'm going to go around the borders of these with this faux stitching. That's it. That's all I know at this stage. So just pop it on. And they do come out so nicely. They really do. I can't speak highly enough of Tim Holtz stamps. I'm going to say this, aren't I? And then it's going to go hideously wrong. But I really do love the Stampers Anonymous stamps. The red rubber stamps, and they are just gorgeous. My favourite one that I've got probably is the Field Notes one. It's the one that gets most action in this house. But I love all of them. I really do. So I'm going to use this really long one. My stamping block isn't quite long enough. Help if I stuck it on the right way. I have got a bigger stamping block, you've seen it, but I don't know where it is. It's got lost somewhere, which is not difficult. Right, so I'm just gonna use not the raggedy end, but that end there. That's fine, and I'll do one on that side. Ooh, don't fall on my work. So the archival link's working really nicely. I'll just put that down, a little bit down there. Yep. And I'm going to use that again. I'm not sure which bit I want to use, so I'll just ink it all up. I might want to use that bit just there. Yeah. And just the plain bit, I think, along here. Lovely. So we only really need one more, and I'm sure I could get away with the same one. There are loads in the that come, but I'm pretty sure this is sufficient. Yeah, that's lovely. And do the same thing with this one. Lovely. Right, so that's our stitching done. And it could also be our stamps as well, actually, to be honest. Wow, that archival. Really need to wash this board. There we go. I'll just wipe over that as well. Lovely. Right, so the next thing that I'm going to do is address the flowers. Well, the botanical side of life. Let me just see which way is the right way of this. Must be that way, I think. Yeah, okay. Because one is slightly longer, one side's slightly longer than the other. Now for the flowers, I'm going to use more Tim Holtz stamps. And these are the wildflowers, but the small version, which I really do. There's a giant one, I don't know what he's doing. I really use these small ones. I love them, I find them so useful. So how about we have that there? That in the middle maybe. And that over there. Yeah, can't see anything wrong with that. That looks all right. So let's hope they're going to play ball, and let me pick them up. They really do need washing, so they're not at their stickiest. So we'll link those up. They need to be thrown in a thing of hot water with soap in it and just washed, really. Right, so let's try and get this right. I think that's right. Pop that down. Oh, lovely. And I'm just going to use the same for the back. It is slightly wider, but it'll be fine. You know, if you wanted to, you could add on another one, or probably if you bunch them up, you could possibly get two. Lay your stamps down while you're inking them. Don't try and wobble around holding them in your hand trying to ink them. You get a much better coverage if you lay it down. Right, let's pop the lid on that because I think that might be us. Oh no, nearly. And this, pop it somewhere near the middle, about there. And press it down. Yeah, look at that, it's so pretty. So I'm just going to give those a quick wipe over with my Timmy towel. And then I've got this from the Field Notes set by Tim Holtz. It's a bit of a Tim Holtz day today, isn't it? Press that down because that can be a bit keen to come off. And it's the one that says Figure 1, Figure 2 and Figure 3 from the Field Notes set. And I'm just going to pop that in the corner there. And this one, I could put that there, but it's quite a large, ends up being quite a large part of it. So I have got the one that just says Figure 1 and Figure 2. And that will do nicely for there. I'm doing it again, wobbling around in mid-air, trying to ink a stamp. It's madness. So just the little Figure 1 and Figure 2 down there. There we are. And I think that archival has really done us proud. It hasn't missed a beat. So that's the stamping situation, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Right, so let me just pop these away. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the sewing ones to one side so I can still keep them in there in the plastic for the time being. I'll get fed up of it soon enough, but just put them away. Yeah, this is why I don't do it, because it's a bugbear. So I'll do the rest of those off camera. You do not need to see me struggle with that. Right, okay. I've lost my thing. Here it is. Right. So we just need to stick those onto our little mini notebooks. So yeah, this is the front. Gonna go there. Is everything all right with it? Yeah, that's fine. And I'm just going to use, because the paper is so thin, I'm going to use glue stick because it's enough. It will be fine. The glue stick's a bit soft today because it's still quite warm here. It's not as sweltering as it has been the last few days, but it's still 27.7, so that's still quite warm. And as a result of that, the glues are a bit strange. They're misbehaving. And the paper is extremely thin, as I say, so that needs to come down a bit. And if you're quick with Elmer's, you can reposition it. So there we are, that's lovely. Just the back one now. It's a bit sticky. So I hope you're all right today. Not too warm, not too hot, and you're having some time to craft. It's really awful when you don't get time to craft. You get withdrawal symptoms. Well, I do. There we go. So pop this one on. It wants to be a little bit more over that way. Yeah, that's fine, I think. Lovely. Okay. So we're motoring through this today. Motoring. At a great rate of knots. So finished with my glue book. Pop it back in the drawer. Right, so that's going to be all right. That's lovely, that's lovely, that's lovely. Oh, altogether lovely. So the next thing that needs to happen is we need pages in it. I mean, you really could leave it like that. That is a notebook. You can open it up and you can write in there. It's a notebook. But I've decided that seeing as I've got loads of this paper and can't see any immediate use for it, I've decided to make a proper little notebook to go in it. And this is, let me just check the measurements that I gave you. I think it's 4 1/4. Yeah. So I've made the pages to go in it at 4. So it's 1/4 of an inch less, which will give us 1/8 of an inch around it. Now don't make the pages to fit this back piece. Make them to fit the front piece like that, and it'll just, you won't see the paper sticking out there. So all in all, my pages measure 8 1/2 when they're open like that, and then obviously 4 1/4 when they're in half. So I have, usually when I'm making a journal, I fold them up and I cut that bit off. I don't see the need for it. It's just a little journal notebook. So I haven't squared the ends off. But I am just getting it level in there with 1/8 of an inch either side, top and bottom, and I'm just going to push the papers right into the V there. Get my pokey tool and something to poke into, which in my case is a bit of a yoga mat, but yours might be a bit posher, I do not know. And then I'm just going to select, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom, and it's an arbitrary measurement. Poke my pokey tool through, and then 3/4 of an inch, or the same measurement, whatever it was I used, down from the top. Pokey tool through. I'm poking mine all the way through because I want quite a largish hole. That's us finished with that. And then you need to get a needle and some of this really thin, I think it's 3 mils, this ribbon. And I got a mixture lot of it, and it came like that. And I do use it quite a lot, 3 mil ribbon. It's amazing how often it pops up actually. So you need a needle that you can get that ribbon through the eye of. And then I'm going to come from the outside, which is not what I normally do, into the middle like that. And then this is the only tricky bit, persuading this ribbon that it wants to come through that hole. But it does eventually yield. And then just straight down out through the bottom hole. Like that. Okay, that's me finished with that needle. So I want it a little bit less than that. About that. I'm literally just going to tie a bow. Well, I'm going to attempt, if I can, to tie a knot there. But sometimes it slips. But I'll try my hardest. I need 6 hands. I could clip that, couldn't I, just while I'm doing this? That might be an idea. Just put a little clip there. Hooray! That's probably better. Then I'm going to tie another knot there. Yeah, that worked all right. And just put a bow in it. You can use anything. I'm using this ribbon, but you can use anything. Embroidery floss, hemp, raffia, anything you like. It's not really taking a whole heck of a lot of strain, so it doesn't have to be anything too strong. And that's that. Right, take the clips off. And I'm opting to put mine through there, like that. There we have it. There's a notebook. How long did that take? I know I did have a bit of prep done and stuff, but it's a really quick way to make a notebook. Let's just check that I've fulfilled everything. Notebook, yeah. Purple, definitely. Craft, yeah. Stamp, all over the place. Sewing, well, I've got faux sewing. I'm all right with that. And botanical. It's stretching it a bit to say that's botanical, but they are plants. So, yeah. And the other thing is 5. I need 5 of them. So you will be glad to know that I have another 4 here. So there we are. There are 5 of these, and they will go out as racks. I have sent one lot of racks out. I haven't sent any others out yet, because I was just seeing if I could double them up, or, you know, I don't know. They look a bit dark there on the camera. They're actually slightly brighter than that. They're really quite nice. So there you go. Just open it up. There's your little notebook. Finished with that for the day. Just close it up. There you have it. I like that. I hope you like it. So if you get notebooks and craft, or anything really, notebooks of any description, maybe you can think about doing that. They are quite thin. I think they would fit in a, you know, depending on how much paper you put in. I put varying amounts in this. This one looks the skinniest. And it would probably go in a pocket of a junk journal, I would say. So there you have it. Now for the very, very exciting part of the process. What we're going to be doing tomorrow. And this is doubly important because this is a Friday, and whatever I roll will be whatever I'm doing during the live tomorrow. So here we are. I just need to get myself a bit of paper, and of course the dice. So let me write on here what it's going to be. So it's going to be Saturday the 24th of July, and it's my roller prompt. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. I get a bit giddy at this stage. I don't know why. I just do. Right, first one is the type. So, 3. Oh, come on, notebooks. I used all my best energy up yesterday. Notebooks. It certainly likes giving me notebooks. Let's put a line in there. Notebooks. Colour. 5. Purple. Oh my goodness. This is just a carbon copy. Is the dice rigged or something? There we are. Right, paper. Oh, you can't see that, so I'll roll it again. 3. Cardstock. Okay. Cardstock. Focal point. 4. 1, 2, 3. Artwork. Ooh. Thank you, hand. Artwork. There's a difference. Did I put that in? No. Decoration. Away. Roll that again. 5. Sewing. Okay. And the style. Please be nice to me. 2. Oh, grunge, oh my life. What am I gonna do? And how many? 1, 1, 1, 1. 2. Yeah, okay. Thank you, dice gods. Right, okay. Well, this is a funny old mixture, isn't it? Let's put that dice back. Oh, I haven't put these in. So it's got to be grunge and 2. Okay, let's put this blooming Book of Doom away and have a little bit of an assess of what I've got. Notebooks. I've had those twice already. Purple. Well, this paper might get a second airing then. Cardstock. Yeah, okay. Artwork. Yeah, no idea at this juncture what that is. Sewing and grunge. Well, I'm really going to have to get my head around this, actually, because it's not really making any... I'm not immediately thinking, ooh, whoopie-doo, I can do that. So I'll have to give that a bit of a thought. But anyway, I shall see you tomorrow, Saturday the 24th of July, at 4 o'clock UK time on my YouTube channel, which is this one, the one you're watching me on now. But I will be live. Like now you're watching me, but it's a sanitized version, because anything that I might have said wrong or did wrong has been miraculously gone away. Although I have to say on this one, it was a one and done. But tomorrow, it's me. It's just me. So if it goes wrong, yeah, you'll see it going wrong. Anyway, I'll see you then. I really hope that I will see you then. It's so nice to have your company and to, you know, we just, I don't know, I feel that we're all together. We're joined together for the live. And I'll see you then. 4 o'clock tomorrow, Saturday. Have a nice rest of your day. If you're in the UK, it's still nice and warm. You can still get out the garden. And I'll see you tomorrow. Behave yourselves. Bye.